And I am the gift that keeps on giving. Ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for is here. The man, the myth, the legend, God's favorite, your mother's favorite, the all-time great Anonymous team is back on your YouTube screens. And I just want to appreciate you guys because you could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to be here with me. I don't take that for granted. Now, in the famous words of the original tribal chief, Roman Reigns, acknowledge me. Yes, sir. Niaje watu wangu. So, I don't have much to discuss today. First of all, let's discuss, Morara Kebaso. So for me, if I was to speak to Morara, I would tell him that, you can't be a bitch ass nigga. This is the kind of weakness Ruto wants to see. Kitu kidogo inafanya useme unaturudishia do. We need strong leaders, men with the balls, not men like the unsolid. Well, if only in a real life world, men like the Unsullied from Game of Thrones existed, eh? Like men with balls but without balls. Yeah, so as you all are aware, Morara Kebaso had an instance where tweets went on social media and they started saying amekuwa akituibia pesa, and apparently he was displaying opulence with the type of office he had opened, the type of furniture that he had used to furnish the new office, the 4x4 Toyota Land Cruiser Prado he had bought. Wase walikuwa na complain, wanasema huu msee ameanza kutumia do yetu vibaya. But then again, personally I don't feel anatumia do yetu vibaya. I honestly feel anatumia do vifiti sana. Remember, ni watu wanamchangia. Huyu ni, say let's just call him a politician. Huyu ni politician vijana wameaminia na wameanza kumchangia. And of course, kwani tunataka aende kwa barabara na nini? Toyota Mark 2. Not that Toyota Mark 2 is not a bad car. It's a really, really good car, eh? But of course he needs kitu inaweza enda ground, manze inaweza access hizo rural areas that yeye huenda kuinject and all. So I think people's anger was misdirected. Their arguments were neither here nor there. I feel probably tu ni one government agent on social media that probably started hiyo debate yote, and then unajua watu tu social media wanakuanga wajinga sana, then they all fell for the bandwagon, started following the bandwagon. But yeah, so in light of all of this, Morara Kebaso, being the bitch ass nigga that he is, came out and he started saying that for all those people who feel that anatumia pesa vibaya, wamtumie confirmation SMSs at the M-Pesa payables, not payables, the M-Pesa messages that they got after contributing pesa for him, and he'll refund, of which personally I feel it was a very, very weak move, eh? Ukianza kureceive attack as a leader, you don't go out and start showing weakness in that regard. Unaanza kusema utarudisha pesa. Yes, come out, tell us nilifanya hii do inaenda hivi na nilifanyia hivi na hivi na hivi. Hii ofisi imecost hii na hii na hii. Alternatively, just come and give us a report, say Wakenya walini contribute ya such and such an amount na bado wanaendelea kucontribute. So from this X amount, we took Y amount and we opened this office. We took Z amount, we bought furniture. We took W amount, we bought a car. We took B amount, we bought a PS sound system and all of that. Si kuanza kusema hapa eti sijui utarudishia Wakenya. Bro, watu wamesha kuaminia, probably watu watataka ku on the ballot box running for president come 2027. Surely will you be displaying this weakness? Kitu kidogo tu unataka ku give up, kitu kidogo unasema eti utarudishia watu do. So eventually he grew some balls and I think got over it. But criticism will always, especially if you want to be a leader, you should be able to handle criticism. So that's all I have to say regarding the Morara Kebaso incident. Oh, lest I forget, apparently there's he was involved in an accident, I think, when coming from Meru. He believes that it was a normal accident, but Kenyans on Twitter, they did an investigation before they saw the guy who hit him with his car had a particular shaped or rather checked shirt, which they related to another, and a cap, and a white cap, which they related to another individual in his rally who had dressed the same. If you ask me, I think that was one and the same person, and I think the state wants to eliminate Kebaso. You know, this is the first leader, you know, if I'm not mistaken, mwenye wa Kenya wana contribute pesa. So huu mtu in the event aingie pale, hakuna pesa atasema nimetumia pesa fulani na fulani wacha nirudishe zi. You know, ni wa Kenya wame contribute everything that he's using for those campaigns. The Kenya ni home, you know, civic education campaigns and all of that shit is all contributed by Kenyans. So I feel the state imeanza kufeel threatened by this guy and they want to eliminate him. Juzi nimeona, not hata juzi, jana nimeona amepost on social media tena anasema they couldn't go to where they were planning to go because the brakes failed and then they dropped on the way. They had to use the emergency brakes. Juu mekanika akuzifix proper. Me, I feel that mechanic should be arrested bana. Gari inakwanga na brakes ine bana. Brakes ine. So there's no way you can tell me all those 4 brakes were not properly fitted. Nah. That was intentional, and I think that guy needs to be arrested and questioned. But if he's working for the state or kama lilipwa na gava, you know, even if he gets arrested, trust me, gava too will find a way to get him out of that shit. Yeah. Manze, it's fucked up. It's fucked up. But we believe in Morara. I hope this shit doesn't get into his head, and I hope he is one of the leaders that Kenyans really want. I didn't see the point between his beef with this lady Mercy Taras lady over the Kenya ni home slogan bana. Manze, how can you claim to be a civic rights educator na bado una fightia credits za slogans kama Kenya ni home? That was so stupid for Mercy Tarus. Yeah, fuck you Mercy Taras for that shit. But all in all, I think these guys are doing a good job. People like watu kama kina Morara, watu kama kina Kasmuel, I don't know, man. Morara manze, out of all these guys, nani anaitwaje, Hanifa is also standing out on her own way. I'd say out of all these protests, we got kina Mercy Taras, we got kina Kasmuel, we got kina Hanifa, and we got Morara. But mostly it's Morara who stood out. Kasmuel manze, kuna venye ameanza kufade into the darkness. And Mercy Taras is just a conflicted figure manze. She doesn't know whether she wants to be a human rights activist or a socialite. So you know, we hatuwezi mjua, but Hanifa pia ame stand out. I only hope there's a way that these people can work together manze, so that we can make our country better bana. Anyway, only time will tell, but all in all, we wish Morara Kebaso all the best. Just Morara, stop being a bitch ass nigga. Don't be a coward, okay? Now, Mwaf recently said that Salashe shouldn't have called Hura Kuro. But if you ask me, Huda ni Kuro as much as Kenya ni home. So if you're not aware, Nani, Huda Monroe sometime back had expressed her is it love or liking for Peter Salasya. This was, I believe, immediately after the first Obina interview he did. Was it Huda or was it Nani? Or was it DJ Pierre McKenna? Okay, Pierre McKenna, yes, did express her interest or liking to Salasia. And I think afterwards, Huda Monroe did the same on social media, right? And Peter Salasia, being the Mseo Ushago that he is, he took it seriously, he took it to heart. And juzi he sent Huda Monroe 10K, yeah? Which is a very bitch ass move to do, which is a very simp ass. Only a simp would do that shit. But for for Salasia, we understand, most village boys are simps. Most village boys are simps. Kwanza wakikuja Nairobi alafu waone hao wasichana wa Nairobi, they go crazy. So he sends Huda Monroe 10K. I think it was meant to win her approval, you know. I think it was meant to impress her in a in a certain way or not. What Peter Salasia did not know was that Huda Monroe amezoea kutumiwa do na watu kama kina Hush Puppy, brother, you know. So Huda Monroe goes on social media. She calls out Peter Salasia, and she says she didn't even notice this guy had sent her 10K. Unajua, cause account yake imezoea kutransact millions, you know, of which I don't doubt. Which on this one I actually do believe Huda Monroe, cause she's been going to Dubai for the longest time, and you know those Arabs don't play. Those Arabs send these ladies serious money. Okay, so yeah, after that, you know, Peter Salasia goes out trending on social media. And now he catches feeling, if you're from the hood, then you do know kuna wale maboys uka base mtaa, alafu mdem mrembo akipita, you know, wanamkatia. Huu mdem akiwa ignore, wanaanza matusi, we kwenda, we hata si mrembo, we ni kuro, vitu kama hizo. So Peter Salasia pulled that one. Peter Salasia pulled a boy wa base after amekataliwa na ule dem mrembo wa mtaa. So he started calling Huda a hoe, of which yes, it's true, she's a hoe. But you know, according to Mr. Mwafrika, he shouldn't have gone ahead and called her a hoe. But me, I don't see a problem with Peter Salasia calling Huda a hoe. Huda has more than once showed herself out there to be a hoe. Kwani who is a hoe? A hoe is a woman who accepts money for sexual sexual services, vitu kama hizo. Huda Monroe was one of those Kenyans who opened up social media and an OnlyFans account, you know, to sell her news and all that shit. Yeah, so she's open. I think she's very, very open about it. So for a woman who's open about being a hoe, I don't see a problem with her being called a hoe. I don't think she has a problem with her being called a hoe. The only problem I see here is Peter Salasia going catching feelings. And who else is dragged into all this drama? Andrew Kibe. Actually, he's not dragged. He drags himself into this drama. So Andrew Kibe goes out, does a reaction video on this, you know, calls out Peter Salasia Mseo, and not in a bad way. It was not in a bad way. It was in the Andrew Kibe kind of way. So, Salasia, manze, this guy catches. I like Salasia. Honestly, I like Salasia. And, you know, if you've been following him, he's been doing quite a good job in his constituency. Mumias, I think it's Mumias South constituency. He's been doing a pretty good job. But ni mse who catch feelings haraka, so he catches feelings, he goes off on Andrew Kibe. He threatens Andrew Kibe. At some point, I think he went to social media and told Andrew Kibe anaweza fanya Andrew Kibe apotee. So for a politician to say that, first of all, that was very, very stupid of Salasia to say something so stupid, as we've seen with Obado and the murder of Sharon. Her name is Sharon Anyango, rest in peace. I hope she gets justice one day. As we've seen with Babu Owino and DJ Evolve. You know, Babu Owino never went to jail. He's been making amends. So I don't know. In a perfect world, he would have gone to jail, but you know, well, at least he's done a lot for DJ Evolve. Amekuwa akilipia therapy Evolve and all of that shit. So, you know, I guess tweets water under the rug. And as we've seen recently with Didmas Barasa, and he killed a young man called, is it David Olunga? Yeah, I think it's David Olunga. Yeah. And he ran away to Uganda at the time, since Uhuru was still in power. And once Ruto took over, the dude came back na hiyo kesi ikapotea tu hivyo, unaona. So for a politician to say nitakufanya upotee is should be considered as a death threat, unaona. So that was very, very stupid of Peter Salasya to do, as much as I may catch feelings. But all in all, and he needs to be called out for that bullshit. But all in all, Mr. Peter Salasya, msichana akikukataa wacha kukatch feelings and wache kuattack wanaume wanakupiga reality. I see he's opened a YouTube channel. He's a very funny guy. He's a naturally funny guy. Very, very naturally funny guy. I hope he keeps doing a good work at Mumia South, but hii naye ilikuwa ufala. Fuck you, Peter Salasya. Fuck you. Now, commentator 254 is such a messy dude. This motherfucker is so effeminate with female-like tendencies that he called Vicky Vikina, putting her on the spot over the Trudy Mungai Eve beef, which wasn't even a beef to begin with until Kome made it a beef. Trudy clearly said she never had any beef with Mungai Eve on the Tumbili interview, but messy commentator just had to be a bitch and create beef mahali hakuna. But Mungai Eve ni blaina though, if you ask me. So this is what happened. Mungai Eve was one of the guests at commentators' new Obina like TV show or podcast. And at some point in that interview, we'll get to the point where she spoke about her, living with Director Trevor, because Director Trevor was a provider and she had nothing at the time. But the tea in this story is commentator asks Mungai Eve the beef between her and Trudy Kitui. So if you're wondering where that came all about from, Trudy Kitui got her YouTube silver button for getting to 100,000 subscribers. It may take time, bro. From 2020, that's like 4 years. But God's time is the best. So yeah, so she got her silver plaque, and Tumbili was interviewing her, and she went off on Mungai Eve, talking about how Mungai Eve used to be a bitch to her back in the day. Mungai Eve atakuwa anataka ulize maswali, blah blah blah, which is true. We even have video evidence out there kwa ile interview ya Diana Bahati na Bahati wakitoka wakiwa airport sometime back, and Eric Omondi, blah blah blah. Yeah. So, but at some point she even sent Director Trevor to tell Mungai Eve watapigana. That's how much she was frustrated. Mungai Eve was a bitch to her. Mungai Eve was mtiaji. I can attest to this. Personally, I believe Mungai Eve ni mtiaji. There's a time I have another YouTube channel, and there's a time I actually reacted on a video they had done. It was Nadia Mukami, I think. Was it a baby shower or was it an album listening party? I can't really recall what it was, but I took a video from Mungai Eve's channel at the time and I reacted on it. So when I did that, they gave me a copyright strike. So I contacted them. I had their number at the time. So I called, and it was Director Trevor who picked up. And well, that was the time Director Trevor was at Kafukusi, so he was being controlled by Mungai Eve, and I could hear Mungai Eve at the background saying, anachukua video yetu kama nani, sijui nini. Oh man, she was so annoying, bruh, man. And I feel like I could just go through the screen of the nini and slap the shit out of her bana, because there's no way mwanaume wako anajaribu kuhandle business and you're there being the bitch that you are, being a nuisance. Unajua, okay, that was my feelings at the time, and so based on that interaction at that time I felt udem ni blaina, unaona. So we talked to Director Trevor. I told Director Trevor on the phone at that time, yo brother, stop being a bitch ass nigga. We are men, we are two men. Let's talk like men. Una shout, stop being high. Calm down like a man. Unaona? Because men shouldn't shout, unaona? And so tukabonga na the Director Trevor final after me telling him to, you know, cool down and be a man. So yes, he cooled down, he listened to me. He listened to Anonymous team, unajua. And he cooled down and we spoke like men, and he told me he'd retract your whatever. So he told me, just send me the link on WhatsApp so that I can do it, because blah 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 story mingi too. And I did, and we talked kidogo reply, but I don't know, but they never did. So I was like, fuck it, nikachana na yo channel, even though the copyright like ended after, was it 60 days? Your warning ended like after 60. It was 2 videos actually. It ended after 60 days, but I was like, fuck this channel, let me just open a new one. And then Anonymous team was born. So yeah, so Nani, Trudy Kitui was talking about all those incidences that Mungai Eve was a-hole to her. And she wasn't saying it out of spite or anything. She alikuwa tu out of celebration and happiness for her achieving the milestone that she's had of 100,000 subscribers. You know, she was talking about the challenges that she went through, and she was very, very categorical and said she has no beef whatsoever. However, Kome being the mumama that he is, he calls Trudy Kitui out. He tells this story to Mungai Eve, and unajua Mungai Eve is also a woman. She's emotional, she goes all out, she runs. Jimmy, I'm a go-getter, I never feel inferior to someone. At that time, this new journalists did not know to ask the right questions. They'd ask some questions, artists would leave, blah blah blah. Unajua, just defending her position. And then me, I think after her telling her side of the story, hata Kome would just leave it be, but Kome ni nani? He even goes ahead to call out Vicky Vikina. Tell Vicky Vikina was also an upcoming YouTuber at the time, so let's see what she has to say. Na Vicky Vikina's juice siogope nini. Of course, even if Vicky Vikina wants to support Trudy Kitui, she won't call out she won't call out Mungai Eve Mtiaji in her face, because the beef sio between them. Beef sasa ni between beef apparently hata walisha squash. Beef apparently is just between Mungai Eve and Trudy Kitui. So Kome brings out Vicky Vikina on the spot, and even from the way Kome was handling this thing, you can tell that he was kissing Mungai Eve's ass for whatever reason, I don't know, but he was kissing Mungai Eve's ass and trying to make Trudy Kitui look like the evil one here. So commentator, you get an L for that. You're a very effeminate nigga. You need to man up, manze. You need to man up.